do this. Something might cut. Still getting used to where everything is in the kitchen pantry here. Myself, I brought a lot of my old stuff. Peppermint tea. This new microwave is extremely powerful. I'm glad for that because I was sick of having to boil my tea for run the microwave for 4.5 minutes just to boil tea. Yo, FOT fans. I hope the internet connection's okay. My Wi-Fi here, it's a little bit slower than at my last place, but I don't know, should be good. Got writing going on, got classes today. It is a trip of epic proportions. Biblical proportions. Where should I put? Okay, I gotta move this camera spot. West LA. I've been here a week. It's been a trip, but it's pretty cool. We got a bike path going straight to Santa Monica Beach. Got just a whole different feel around here, a different vibe. I don't like that it's a car infested, soulless kind of area, even though it's like there are curbside businesses where it's like, people are like struggling against the tide of cars to make this a people-friendly place. But I'm like, this place would be perfect for it. We have these huge boulevards here, Pico, Olympic, Sepulveda, National, that could be made more people and bike friendly, where people would want to go up to the businesses there instead of now you got to drive into the back and enter. It's not very people friendly. It's hostile to pedestrians. And the water runs extremely fast here. That's good. Water pressure's high. The shower just blasts me like a jet. New home, that's right, I had to move. I was evicted. But there's some good stores around me. I'm learning the area. I felt good moving at first, then a little lonely, then kind of crappy and lonely. I'm like, whoa, I got to get my head back together, man. Keep to the routines, the things I know that help me. Otherwise, I'll spin out feeling loneliness, like a loser and stuff. I'm like, whoa, that's not me. Normally, I'm good at, feeling well and being well. So, got to stick to my routine, my nutrition, workouts, writing, reading. I miss reading. I read a little bit from a local newspaper the other day. Local news, they're crappy around here. But I was like, oh, just reading, boosts my mood. So I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Don't stop reading. But I want to make the proper time to read. I'm going to read Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy next, but I don't want to read it in 20-minute chunks. I want to actually have a few hours at a time to read it. Yo, Moist Andy, your cabinets all have fake wood finish glued on? Cool. But we do have some good stores around here, good shopping. I have to adjust my schedule. Like on the weekend, last weekend, I went to Santa Monica Beach at 7 in the morning. There were people out, but the shops weren't open. I'm like, oh, that sucks. I wanted to go get some nice food. I did get a nice sub, but it's like, okay, now I know next time I go there, get some writing done for a few hours in the morning, and then go over. And I can ride my bike straight there on the Expo bike path. La ciclavia, as we might say. My roommate is super cool. She's really nice. We have 2 cats here. They're friendly. Kitchen, ample space. It's not a big apartment, but I don't need one. It's like, okay, now I'm growing up a little bit. Even though that last place was beautiful. Man, though, Frankie messed up on that one. So they evicted us from that. It went to court, and basically we had 5 days before the sheriffs came here and came to the old place and would have dragged us out. So I needed a place right away. Got this place. And I have a private bathroom. Moist Andy says, if I eventually get any flat screen TV, I want to use it only as a mirror with a face cam so I won't get distracted from my radio. Good thinking. I've got to be less distracted playing videos. That's what fed into my depression. I was playing videos to numb myself, with Curb Your Enthusiasm clips. And yeah, it's a funny show, but I shouldn't be doing it. I got to be focused on my writing. My roommate's cat doesn't know how to respond to the phone. I have a private bathroom, which is awesome. Building's quiet. I'm on the first floor. I'd rather not be. I'd rather be on the higher floor, but I needed a place quick, so it worked out. Yeah, I walk out of my room at like 4:15 in the morning. The cat's right there waiting for me. And this morning, the cat just walked into my room right as soon as I opened it, and it was still dark. I'm like, come on, man, it's too early. Oatmeal. So I want to learn the neighborhood, learn what stores are on, but that's the thing, it's kind of a soulless neighborhood. You got to go walking like a quarter mile in any direction. And there should be stuff all around here. In Koreatown, it was great because literally on my block, there were like dozens of shops. It was a big block. Shops, restaurants, and any direction. Well, no, not if you went west, but east, north, or south, any direction you would walk. There were just plenty of shops, dozens of shops. There was the post office, there were hardware stores, all kinds of places that you would meet. Here, it's like the closest CVS is a mile. But, like I said, it worked out. There is stuff down the street and whatever, so it's like, okay, make it work for myself. Yeah, thanks. It's a nice cat. It is a nice cat. I think it's a boy. Moist Andy says, I miss how drip coffee is see-through, but what am I making is black and so dark it is opaque. I percolate the coffee on the stove top with the steam thingy. I gotta stop drinking coffee. I drink coffee at my job. I got a new job, but it gives me too much, it doesn't even make me give me a headache, the caffeine. It just, to me, it triggers my sense of it doesn't even trigger dissociation, but it helps feed into a little bit that sense of urgency, and it's as opposed to feeling back down in my body. But there are some good shops around here, some thrift stores I want to check out. I don't really need to buy anything, but I do want to maybe get some art and put it up in my room. So Santa Monica, a lot of the people selling stuff at tables at the beach, they sell art. I want to see about getting some art there or at a thrift store. Right now my walls are just bare and white. And yeah, it's just a new transition. Gotta be well, gotta keep active. I wanted to do this live stream to be well. I'm like, oh, I missed some of my routine. I haven't made many videos here. I've made a few shorts on YouTube, but actual videos. And it's good for me to do that and put myself out there again, which is what you all asked for. Thank goodness this microwave is so powerful. The bowl is hot. This saves me so much time. And I got my class today. I did a lot of writing this week, not enough. I was depressed Saturday, rode my bike around, went out and ate. I was like distracting myself with stuff that's not helping me. Then I stayed up real late writing to make up for it, and then wrote a bunch Sunday. Again, started too late. When I think back to it, I have no idea why I started so late. Yeah, I did need some groceries, but and it went to another store. But I learned a lot, and tonight I'm going on a group bike ride, which I'm excited about. Gonna meet a bunch of people in Culver City, and we're gonna, after class, and we're gonna ride our bikes around and go to a bar for a happy hour. So that'll help my mood too, to be out with people like-minded. You know, when people are out biking, it's like everyone's got a positive charge, everyone's in a good mood. And it's easy to talk to people. When I was at that roller disco the other week, so I was at a roller disco the other week, I talked a little bit like to people, but it's like I was so concentrated on just riding on my skates. One girl even just high-fived me. It's funny, but I was like, I don't know, somehow I didn't feel like stopping and talking much. Even though people did occasionally stop and talk to me, or we would talk if we were nearly crashing into each other because a bunch of us were new. But the awesome thing is, this roller skating group, rollerblading, they teach group classes. So I took one with a bunch of other people, and they do them every weekend, and they do them at Santa Monica Beach. So I'm like, perfect, it's right there. I'm right by the metro. I can take the metro over there, and I want to buy some rollerblades and take classes and, you know, just be out, be active, meet more people. I don't like this dreary, you know, just huge 6-lane roads and freeway overpasses and businesses that are just like commercial business, you know, or it's not really like retail that you just want to walk into. It's like, I don't even know what kind of stores, but yeah, it's always like you have to drive around in the back. Well, for some of them, you have to drive around in the back to get to them. So it's like there's no personality, there's no life there. It's like people just want to drive through the place. As Nimesh in Los Angeles says, we want places that people can drive to and not drive through. They don't just want to drive through because it's boring and lifeless. Process. We got a big freaking bag of raisins. This is like 3 pounds. And, you know, I gained some fat along with my muscle. Did gain some muscle here. But I want to cut cut a little and then I gained weight, so I got less disciplined about my diet. That's not good. Got to get disciplined again because I know I can do it because I've done it before. But part of that is keeping my head straight, not getting in despair, which I do sometimes, you know. It's all part of life. And like I said, my roommate, I didn't know what to expect, you know, but she's super cool, super respectful, like doesn't mind me, you know, doing my stuff here. I was explaining my routine, my schedule and stuff, and you know how I get up early and everything. She's like, "Are you done monologuing?" I said, "Yes, I'm done." She's like, "Okay, look, I'm very easy to live with." You know, I was explaining like, "Is it okay to have guests or whatever?" She's like, "Yes, you can have guests. It's fine. Like, no big deal." Some people are a pain in the ass about that, even about coming home late too. One place in Annandale, I if I would have never lived in the shithole of Annandale where I did if I didn't come home so late. Because I was looking at another place in Annandale, and it was younger people. Well, it was young people where I lived too, but they were like seemed like really kind of hip and cool, and it would have been less depressing because I would have been around like you know well-adjusted people as opposed to some of the idiots I lived with. But I nearly got in a fight with a guy because he kept stealing my stuff out of the kitchen. And when I told him about it, he got mad at me. I think he was saying to me in Spanish, like, no, I'm stealing from him or something. But, yeah, man, I lived with some idiots there. Didn't clean the toilet, all that stuff. Leave out. I just like didn't know how to use bathrooms, or people subletters in the basement who would like shit in the guest toilet and not flush and not replace the toilet paper and all that. It's idiots. But there was another place I was looking at, and they said they didn't think they wanted me to move there because I came home late. I was a bouncer, so I was working till like 3 in the morning. And then that's when I found the shithole of Annandale that I lived in with that slumlord. All right, there we go. Nice big breakfast. Oh, there's a little stem for this blueberry. Get that out of it. Man, we have such a small trash can. I want to ask my roommate if I can get a bigger trash can. This thing fills up like every day. Cat's curious. He's just hanging out. My microwave only takes a minute, has 900 watts. Cool. Am I better? Yeah, I mean, I'm better. You know, I was not depressed. I don't like that word because what I was feeling was not like depression, but it was just feeling low. That's how I'd like to call it. Depressed, I feel like is a different thing. But yeah, I'm feeling better. Even last night, lying in bed, it's hard to. Whoa. Oh, come on, man. I was feeling low and all throughout the night. I had Moist Andy. I had a nightmare that I was on a space shuttle, and I was like, we were flying out, and we were going to go like visit the moon, but not actually land on it, and then turn around, and like me and two other people and two pilots, and I was like, oh, I really, have to get home and go to the bathroom, and I'm scared of being out here. It reminded me of that Titanic sub that went out. Let's see. But I'm doing stuff to get better. Que aproveche, gracias. Moistani says, I figured out how to turn the microwave area into an office, get baker's rack for the microwave and utensils, then sit in rotating office chair and cubicle style accompaniments. I will never stand on my worn out ankles just to make breakfast. I have always sat down at the table. I haven't woken up after noon like I normally used to ever since Amazon changed my schedule from overnight to early mornings. My start time was originally 11:15 at night. Then in 2018, they said start at 1:20 in the morning. Cat's meowing. Barbara, Barbara. I think he's scared of the camera. Okay. Yeah, when he sees new things, he gets like not scared really, but like doesn't know how to respond. Like when my bike was here, he and there's another cat too. Started inspecting the bike. When I put my shoes on the shoe rack, like they knocked off one of my shoes and were inspecting it. This is delicious. Also, moving here, I'm closer to my job. That's important. I was biking 6 miles a day to work. It was kind of a long commute. I enjoyed it, but it made it hard to diet right because it was like I'd be so gassed, so exhausted if I didn't eat enough. But I was trying to, you know, cut down. And it's actually kind of easier to do that if I wasn't biking so much and I could control my appetite better. So the 4 mile commute, it's more doable. Barbara's just waiting outside my roommate's door, hoping to get her attention. So right now I'm trying to, yeah, just be well, write a lot. I got to be more active socially. I mean, I have been, but um, meeting people and stuff. And so I'm going to do that tonight, even though I was like, well, it's going to be late. I'll be out past my bedtime. That's like, well, I can manage that. So I'm going to go out. I'm not trying to stay out till like 11. I do miss Koreatown though. Like, not miss it like, oh, the pangs of missing it or whatever. Just I'm like, wow, what a great neighborhood that was. It's always interesting to look at. It's always, people out. Um, Here it's like you walk outside and it's just, car infested, huge 6-lane roads in a lot of places. And it's like this place is begging to be made into a more people friendly, like European type city. Where you have curbside shops and walk up shops and people can stop and relax and outdoor seating for restaurants, all that. My roommate was super cool about how I said, my Wi-Fi is a little slow for my classes that I take. I noticed that last week. I said, can I get a new router? I'll pay for it. She's like, well, we could upgrade the service, but first we don't necessarily have to do that. Let's uh, she's she poked a hole through the wall once to run an Ethernet cable for another roommate who lived here. He gamed a lot, was a gamer. And it's funny, our different reasons for needing high-speed internet. I need it for classes. This other guy needed it for goofing around, basically. But she plastered it over since then. So she pulled a dresser out of the way and she just jabbed through the wall with a screwdriver and got a bunch of plaster all over my floor in the next room. But I was able to I have an Ethernet cable and connect it, and now my internet is like 4 times faster on my computer. So that's great. I have one cat that was more talkative than average who will respond loudly to every human, no matter who it is. That's cool. So does your cat actually live with you, Joseph? At your new place? And the other thing about being here, it's easy to succumb to feeling isolated, like, oh, I'm just in this sterile environment, as opposed to my old place. It was very lively and colorful, and 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 there was more stuff to see on the street. Here it's just a quiet, it's a row of apartments, but we're next to like basically nothing in a way. Just a huge 6 lane road and freeways, and you have to walk like at least a quarter mile in any direction to really get to like, kind of fun shops. And literally, like, it makes me lose my confidence sometimes and feel lonely and isolated. I'm like, whoa, I gotta not spin out because I've been through this before. I lived in lonely places. I know how to make myself feel well. And part of that is writing, reading, exercise, being socially active, managing my time well so I'm not just watching Curb Your Enthusiasm clips. Moist Andy says he can only visit his cats once a week. Una vez por semana. Solamente puede visitar sus gatos una vez por semana. Come on. Oh yeah, and I'm growing out my hair long. Se crece mi pelo. Is that how I'd say it right? I gotta keep my neck aligned, right? I don't want to hunch over. So this is what this is. Stretches like this. And I have a private bathroom somehow for a reasonable price in LA. Don't know how I pulled that off. I'm really happy I don't have a car. Not sinking money into that money pit anymore. And a lot of people do bike around here, but it sucks. It's like not safe for biking. It's hostile to biking. It's like people are pushing to, but it's like pushing against the tide. And we got to open it up for people. But I see such potential. There are people out who do walk, even though it's like this sterile, isolating, alienating environment. There are people who ride their bikes. And it's like, oh, so the people are there. They want to. They're like pushing to, but they're pushing against the current. And it's like we got to make it easy for them and open it up. One nice thing about being on the first floor, I don't have to carry my bike up 3 flights of stairs anymore. Barbara. Barbara's licking herself. My roommate got the air conditioning running, thank goodness. It was hot. The thermostat was broken. I didn't know that. I was like, oh, I guess she just doesn't run the AC. My first day in Santa Monica. I mean, in LA, I came to Santa Monica to film a video with Nathan Barnett. How cool is that? And now I'm back here just a few miles away from it. I'm so freaking paranoid about locking up my bike anywhere though. I hate it. Hello. So I've got a lot to do now, a big challenge, and I don't want to ever become complacent. It's like I have to push to get my writing career going, to be more active. I'm already pretty active. Oh, Lily Gladstone from she was in Certain Women. She's also going to be in Killers of the Flower Moon, or she already performed in it, but it's going to come out in a few months. She's going to be at a theater around here next week. I don't know if I'll go to that. She's going to have another movie she was in that she starred in and co-wrote, I believe. And I've been trying to figure out, where the good theaters around here. The ones that do specialty programming and stuff. Not as many here as in Hollywood. Man, I miss that around there. And it's just kind of a hassle to get out there. I'd have to take the metro, then take a bus, or yeah, pretty much have to do that. I really want to go, and it just takes so long to get around that way. I also want to go back to the rooftop Montalban Theater. Oh, that place was so beautiful. I'm going to go out there sometime. But for now, got to write, got to get my writing up to a higher and higher standard. And it's getting there. Like, I notice it, you know, as the weeks progress. Like, I'm doing well, but I need to be very disciplined about the time I put in. That's the critical factor. And I get lazy about it. Or, start feeling negativity and self doubt and then push it off. When every time I do it, it's a good experience. It's getting kind of hot already. This cat's going nuts. I've never seen a cat this voraciously lick themselves, cleaning themselves. Here's the view of the place. at my bike, my beautiful face, patio, wood. I like that wood up there. Cat. That's only one of the cats. The other one, I guess it's in my roommate's room. Can I get a new phone tripod? But yeah, I was feeling low last night and into this morning lying in bed. And it's critically important that I do the things well for me that make me well. Progressive muscle relaxation, reading, writing. Reading helps so much. Writing, being active, and I gotta schedule my time right, be strict about my time in order to have time to meet people and uh, not miss time on my writing. So this weekend, I may go rollerblading with some people. I take a rollerblading class. Damn, I gotta buy rollerblades. And do much of writing and just be strict about my time. What's this? I never noticed this. Oh my goodness, there's a slot here for a cutting board. I've never seen this. Wow. So just a cutting board goes out here. I mean, we have cutting boards, but I never noticed that. I never have used a dishwasher, and I probably never will. I don't understand the point of it. This is my ass. Moist Andy, I got your text. I don't quite understand what you're saying. I hope it doesn't mean exactly what it sounded like. But we'll talk. Oh crap, and I gotta make some food for... No, I don't. I have my food ready for work. Yeah. I'm good. Wash my hands, because I'm gonna go floss. And gotta make sure my roommate's cool with me putting up art in my room. I think she will be. There's already some art put up around here. And if she is, great. I'm gonna go get some art at a thrift store or at Santa Monica from some street artists. I like some grunge, punk street art. Don't give me any of that fancy Renaissance stuff. I like that stuff too. Just I like to feel the street in my art. So one nice little walk through here. We're not like directly on the ground. We are a few feet up, so there's some art. Oh, Alex Proyas is sending me a signed poster of Dark City. Hold on. So, Alex Proyas has a Patreon. I joined it, and I joined a certain tier that was there was a chance to get a signed Dark City poster, and I was one of the lucky few who got it. Jeez, Joseph, your texts are really something. All right. And a little look at my room. It's got a nice closet there. There's another part of the closet behind there. I did manage to sort of put up a piece of art, hang it from this hook that's there, but I'd like it to be in a more reasonable place at some point. Bathroom. And see, there's this art here, and it's held up with thumbtacks. Like it's hanging on thumbtacks. So I'm like, oh, okay, if I get art, if my roommate doesn't care if I put thumbtacks in, I don't think she will. Great, I can put up more pieces of art here. That'd be awesome. I'm not trying to spend a bunch of money. I'm trying to make my wellness come from within, not from whatever. And yeah, I'm gonna get going and get doing my routine. So thanks for watching, everybody. Click like, subscribe to me, all that stuff. Stay tuned. I want to stay engaged on here. I will. I got a little down and got away from it, but just check out my hair. Doesn't that say it all? I want to stay active on here, and it's kind of overwhelming. But anyways, doing my grounding techniques. This is one of them, and I'm gonna get going. All right, everybody. Bye.